Hello and welcome to the weekly Asylum and Immigration Reform Recap, where I share with you 5 recent stories of interest for asylum seekers and those wanting to stay up to date on immigration news. This week, we're discussing
asylum seekers ordered to restart years-old cases after administrative dismissals. Las Vegas tourism drops 11% amid immigration crackdown fears. Judge orders ICE to improve New York City detention center conditions. Manufacturing plants lose workers as immigration programs end. California town becomes ghost town due to ICE raid fears.
I'm Brian Manning, and I used to be an asylum officer with the government, but now, as an asylum lawyer, I help immigrants all over the country to secure their future in America through asylum. All right, let's get to the news. First up,
the Trump administration is dismissing asylum applications filed since 2019, forcing applicants to restart the entire process and risk detention after years of building lives and paying taxes. Dozens received termination letters citing missing credible fear interviews that were never scheduled due to pandemic-era staffing shortages. Immigration attorneys report clients who entered between 2019 to 2022, established careers, and obtained work permits now face losing everything and potential detention under new mandatory holding policies. One client waited years for a rescheduled interview that never came, applied for asylum anyway, and now cannot work while risking detention. The policy effectively makes documented people undocumented again, canceling work authorizations after years of legal compliance.
And up next for update number 2.
Las Vegas is experiencing what unions call a Trump slump, with overall tourism dropping 11.3% and international visitors falling 13% as immigration policies drive away tourists and create worker shortages. Canadian visitors, Nevada's largest international market, have dramatically decreased, with airlines reporting drops of up to 55%. The Culinary Union attributes the decline to ICE raids and immigration policies that make tourists feel unwelcome, particularly impacting Mexican and Southern California visitors. In an industry where 45% of hospitality workers are immigrants from 178 countries, widespread layoffs are occurring while workers with DACA and temporary protected status live in renewed fear. The economic impact threatens thousands of families who built lives over decades in the service industry.
All right, it's time for our third immigration update.
A federal judge ordered immediate improvements at a New York City immigration facility after detainees complained of dirty, overcrowded conditions, with dozens crammed into rooms meant for far fewer people. Judge Lewis Kaplan mandated ICE limit capacity to 50 square feet per person, provide sleeping mats, and clean cells 3 times daily at 26 Federal Plaza in Manhattan. Cell phone video showed about 24 men crowded in one room, lying on floors without mattresses while enduring horrific odors from open toilets. Detainees lacked basic hygiene products and reported inedible food while being held far longer than the typical 72-hour norm. The facility, which houses immigration court, has become an epicenter of Trump's immigration crackdown with severe overcrowding and unsanitary conditions.
By the way, if you want to stay updated on asylum and immigration reform news, then be sure to press the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you don't miss the next video. Okay, moving on, we're ready for update number 4.
U.S. factories face severe workforce disruptions as Trump's cancellation of Biden-era immigration programs strips thousands of workers of their legal status and work authorization. At GE Appliances in Louisville, 148 employees lost work eligibility after programs like CHNV and CBP-1 were terminated, disrupting critical assembly operations. Companies struggle to fill specialized positions while workers with decades of service are told they can no longer work legally, creating production challenges and emotional distress. Business leaders warn that decreased legal immigration stifles economic growth, with some regions now dependent entirely on international migration for population growth. The sudden loss of experienced workers threatens manufacturing expansion plans and production capabilities across multiple industries.
And finally, our 5th immigration update for this week.
Huntington Park, California, a community of 50,000 that is 95.6% Latino with up to 45% undocumented residents, has transformed into a ghost town due to intensified ICE raids. The main commercial district sits eerily quiet as businesses lock doors and require customers to knock for entry, creating barriers against potential immigration enforcement. Store owners report dramatically reduced sales as residents are too frightened to venture out for shopping and services, threatening the city's tax revenue and ability to provide community services. Despite polls showing declining overall approval for deportation programs, local officials argue that targeting working communities harms economic sectors that depend on immigrant labor. The fear has effectively shut down normal commercial activity in what was once a thriving business district.
And that concludes this week's immigration news. If you want to win asylum in the United States, then you should call my office today. We help people all over the country, so it doesn't matter where you are. Call us now to schedule an asylum strategy session so that we can assist you in securing your future in America through asylum. Again, I'm Brian Manning, and it's an honor to serve you in your immigration journey.